Are you tired of slow, boring fights where it seems like your opponent has infinite HP? Look no further because I, Fighters, a top 350 Gale main, will be teaching you the top 3 best Gale combos that every Gale user should know. Let's get into it. This first combo is one that any experienced Gale player will likely see a lot in their gameplay. First, you begin with a combo starter such as Radiant Kick, Ice Eruption, any Galebreathe mantra except for Champion's World Throw, etc. The most important part is that your combo extender can reliably secure an M1. You can also optionally skip the combo starter step and begin right off an M1, but either way you need a reliable way of knowing when your M1s will likely hit in order to continue the combo due to move stacking mechanics. This brings us to the next step, where you're going to follow with the aerial M1 into move stack Rising Wind synergy, which if you're interested about you can learn more about in this video here. This pairing of an M1 with Rising Wind is most often Gale's best option to take advantage of a combo starter, since it usually does the most damage, more so than even something like Astral Wind. Plus, you can combo extend further by making sure to press F after landing Rising Wind and activating Reverse Gale Kick, so M1 Rising Winds are very powerful in combos. The last part of this combo following Reverse Gale Kick is an M1 feint in the Champion's World Throw. Because of Reverse Gale Kick, your opponent can't roll, so if you bait their parry with a feint, their only option left is to block, which you can take advantage of with Champion's World Throw, as you can see here to punish. This is super threatening to your opponent since throughout the whole time that you're in the air and above them, and even when you feint, they cannot press F once, or else they'll be forced to take the hit from Champion's World Throw. And even if throughout all of that they suppress themselves from pressing F and parrying, and read your feint in order to parry Champion's World Throw, you can always adapt next time and switch up the combo to land an M1 or something else instead of just M1 feinting in the Champion's World Throw. So this is for sure a very hard aspect to avoid of this combo. And once you land the combo starter, especially if it's one of the reliable Galebreathe mantras, this entire combo is very hard to avoid, which makes it very powerful. And if you don't have a reliable combo starter in your build either, just landing an M1 and continuing the combo from there is very strong too. So this one combo is one that every Gale user should know for sure and will take you very far. Next up we have the classic Gale uppercut combo. First you begin with an uppercut. Before using the uppercut, you could use a combo starter just like the last combo, but most people associate this combo with base uppercut, so I decided not to include that here. During the uppercut, be sure to move stack a Rising Wind. If you don't move stack, then your Rising Wind will come out very late and can be blocked easily. Move stacking is important here. During the Rising Wind, you can still use Reverse Gale Kick even in the air, however the knockdown doesn't even last long enough to guarantee a medium M1, so using Reverse Gale Kick after an uppercut isn't as effective as after a normal M1. To finish the combo, I decided to throw in Champion's World Throw as the default option, but it's sort of up to you what you do here. You can't reliably secure anything after Rising Wind, since the Reverse Gale Kick doesn't slam them into the ground, so their ability to roll and all of their defensive options are still available while in the air. Champion's World Throw is a pretty decent option, since people often just parry the air or try to hold block after being hit by Rising Wind, but better players might not have that habit, so this last part is pretty much up to you depending on how your opponent reacts after being hit by Rising Wind. This next combo is a little different from the previous two, since it involves a component that isn't directly related to an immediate attack, being the roll cancel in the middle. This combo is also a little less conventional than the other two and takes more skill, yet it's a pretty common and versatile option, so I felt that it's worth mentioning. The first step is to mantra feint. By mantra feinting, you can bait your opponent's parry, which of course removes their option to parry, but also slows them, which makes it easier to roll cancel behind them. The next step, of course, is to roll cancel behind them. This not only activates Spine Cutter, but also lets you bypass their block, leaving their only reliable defensive option left available as dodging. If they don't dodge, then you land a powerful M1 plus Spine Cutter, which you can also further combo extend off of. You might be thinking that the way to counter this for your opponent is simple. If their only defensive option left is to dodge, then why wouldn't they dodge? The answer I have for that is that it's not always so simple. For example, something that the Gale user could do is combine this combo with something like Reverse Gale Kick for days. This removes your opponent's ability to dodge, meaning that their only option left is to try to block your attack, which the roll cancel behind your opponent attempts to bypass. This is very hard for your opponent to react to if done properly. Past that, if your opponent has a block reliant playstyle, then this could also be fairly effective. If they're expecting you to hit their block, a near instant roll cancel behind them to bypass can be hard to react to as well. So really, it's not as simple as just using a dodge to escape this combo a fair portion of the time. A couple last things I'd like to mention about this combo is that it doesn't use any specific Gale mantras, so this is quite a low cost combo. Also, this works particularly well on Gale, thanks to the benefits of inhaling, so it will probably be harder to do this combo on other attunements. Something I'd like to say is that the first two combos I mentioned are really the only cookie cutter Gale combos that I believe may be useful to memorize for your typical Gale build. Besides that, Gale combos are usually more dynamic, similarly to the third one mentioned. What I mean by this is that Gale combos are often quite situational, based on the positioning of you and your opponent's playstyle, what mantras you have on cooldown, and more. Unlike fighting games where memorizing long combos may be important, Deepwoken, at least with Galebreathe, often requires more thinking on the fly, meaning that memorizing repetitious combos won't be helpful in every situation. While this may be true, you will often find yourself in similar consistent situations, and that's where combos like these shine. Thanks for watching, and subscribe for more Top Gale content. See you in the next one.